A woman in Atlanta is finally back home this morning after 10 days stuck quarantining in Panama. She tested positive just before she was about to fly home. After days of isolation, she was running out of medical supplies and she reached out to 11 Alive for help. Christy Diaz talked to her to see how she's doing today.
We last spoke to Danielle and Donna just before the new year when they toured us through their hotel room, stuck in quarantine for 14 days in a room that was not disability friendly. 11 days later, one of them is finally home.
Oh my gosh, so much better now that I'm home.
Danny's Aunt Donna has primary progressive multiple sclerosis and needs her wheelchair to get around. Danny's a type 1 diabetic and was running out of insulin. After our story, the U.S. Embassy got in touch, along with several local groups to try and help Danny and her aunt.
Provided us with food and supplies and also provided me with insulin because I actually ran out.
Were you ever moved to a disabled-friendly room?
No, actually, that never happened.
Danny says they did offer to transfer her aunt to a hospital, but then they'd have to separate and she wouldn't know how to get in touch.
I wasn't letting my aunt out of my sight for any reason, and she felt the same.
But she finally hit a stroke of luck when she heard other Americans talking on her floor. Through them, she learned the quarantine timeline had changed to 10 days instead of 14. So she called the doctor downstairs
and say, so we can leave on January 6th, right? And they obliged and said, yeah, you can leave on January 6th.
Both she and her aunt were ready to head to the airport. But after they were told they'd have to take another COVID test there, the stress of possibly quarantining again was too much on her aunt. So she stayed with a friend in Panama to regain her strength, and Danny flew home.
I'm gonna let her let me know when she's comfortable enough. I think it'll be at least a week.
Wow, ongoing ordeal for them all. Danny still thinks that the initial test they took was a false positive, but she'll never really know. She says going forward, she will be more strategic about taking any international trips.